Cody Lacroix.
Let's go, guys. I've been calling you guys for 10 minutes. You guys need to get out here. Come on. Still going through tag. Race 2, line them up and get them ready. I have no check-in from Lewis, Reno, or Shake and Bake. All right, this round should go a lot faster. I want one lap from everybody. One lap, and then we're checked in. Straightaway's closed right now. I just need the guys to check in that need to check in. So that would be Lewis, Reno, and Shake and Bake.
Shake and Bake.
All right. Still waiting on Lewis and Reno.
Reno Hill.
Check it in, Lewis. Turn back around. Just go through the line. Turn back around, Lewis.
Lewis Chamberlain.
All right, here we go. Round 2 qualifying. Lewis on the tone. High. Jacob. Jonathan. Cody. Reno. Joseph. Shake and Bake. And Alex. Caution on the 5-pack. Caution on the 5-pack. It is clear. All right, 1 down, 4 to go. We got Jonathan Coe on top on a 13.520. Cody in the 2, 1.3 back, and then Jacob Heatherly, 1.3 behind Cody. High is 3 seconds behind Jacob, and Lewis, half a second behind High. That's your top 5. We have Joseph, Shake and Bake, Reno, and Alex, 3:30 on the clock. All right, we need both Jose Macias and Jose Troncoso to check in for race number 2, please. You guys need to go through tech. You need to be ready for race 2. We got 3 minutes remaining in race 1. Jonathan Coe, 13.510, only driver on a 13-lap run. Then we got High, Lewis, Jacob, and Cody, your top 5. Reno, Shake and Bake, and Joseph and Alex round out the 9. We got 2:45 remaining, race 1. All right, 2:15 on the clock. 2:15 on the clock. So Jonathan Coe, your race leader. Jonathan Coe on all blue white wheels as he comes around the backside chicane. Down the center straightaway through the 5-pack. Double, single for Jonathan as he comes onto the straight. He comes to the line with a 23.2. He's out front, 13.508. High on a 13.518. Lewis on a 12.512. Jacob, 12.514. And Cody on a 12.525. Then we got Shake and Bake, Reno, Alex, and Joseph, 120 on the clock. All right, 1 minute remaining. Jonathan Coe out front, 13.511. High on a 13.518. The lead is 3.9. High comes through the line with a 21.8. That is the new hot lap only driver with a 21 second lap. So a smoking hot lap by High. Then we got Lewis, Jacob, and Cody, your top 5. Shake and Bake, Reno, Alex, and Joseph. High through the line with a 22 flat. So High getting faster at the end of this race. Behind you, Mason. Time expired. Do not stop till the computer calls you done.
Hi Tarajan done. Jacob Heatherly done. Jonathan Ko done. Lewis Chamberlain done. Shake and Bake done. Cody Lacroix done.
All right, waiting on 3.
Joseph Bada done.
Waiting on 2.
Alex Lutkus done. Reno Hill done.
And
all drivers are finished.
That's a race. Jonathan Coe's going to set the time at a 13.512. High with a 13.513. Lewis, Jacob, Cody, your top 5. That's a race.
The race is completed.
All right, guys, we're going to do one lap. Get it checked in. One lap. I need my marshals out, guys. Marshals out. ASAP.
Robert Crosby.
Joseph.
Rene
down there,
Lopez.
please. Down there.
Ronnie Vasquez. Larry Alexander. Rudy Rosales. Lenny Gurzenda. Matthew Monge.
Other side of the wall. All right, we got a
Jose
car on the wall,
Troncoso.
outside of the wall, guys. Hey, are you using Chris Ty's transponder? All right, guys, line them up. No more laps. Line them up. No more laps. No more laps. Jose Angel, you up there? Jose Angel? No, Jose Angel?
Scott Manganello.
All right, guys, here we go. We got our marshals here. All right, time to beat is a 13-5-12. Rudy on the tone. Bobby. Larry. Lenny. Renee. Mad Matt. Jose. Mango. And Ronnie. Go. Go, guys. Everybody go. All right, 1 down, 4 to go. It looks like Mango's out. Lost to all radio communication. Rudy Rosales, the big dog, says he's back. Racing Sportsman on a 14-508. Mad Matt on 13-502. Renee Lopez, 13-503. Renee moves up to the 2. Robert to the 3. Mad Matt down to the 4. Ronnie, your top 5. Larry, Lenny, and Jose, 3:20 on the clock. Three minutes remaining for race number 2, Sportsman Stock Buggy. We got Rudy Rosales, the big dog, we call him. He's on a 14-5-10, only driver on a 14-lap run. Mad Matt up to the 2 now, so Mad Matt down the straightaway. Here comes Mad Matt through the start-finish line. Oh, Mad Matt with a bad lap. He's going to drop to the 6th. We got Rudy, Robert, Renee, Ronnie, and Larry Alexander, your top 5. Mad Matt, Lenny, and Jose, 2:20 on the clock. 21.7. That's a hot lap from Rudy Rosales. I want to say that the experts are doing low 20-second lap times. So Bobby up to the 2. 1.7 second lead for Rudy over Bobby. Bobby finishing strong in all his races, though. So Bobby can get it going. Oh, nice lucky bounce for Bobby right there as he gets through some lap traffic. 1:45 on the master clock. The lead is 3 seconds now for Rudy Rosales, the big dog, all white with white wheels. Through the 5-pack, down the straightaway. That is your race leader, Rudy Rosales, through the start-finish line. He comes through the line with a 21.7, and he takes over new hot lap. Bobby comes through the line with a 22.3. The lead is 3.5. What's going on? All right, Mouth. We need Mouth and Brian Wyrick to check in for race number 3, please. We got 45 seconds remaining. 45 seconds. Rudy Rosales, 6.5 over Robert Crosby. Crosby's got 9 on Ronnie. Ronnie's got 5 on Renee. Renee, 5 on Mad Matt. That's your top 5. Then we have Lenny, Larry, and Jose. 30 seconds. Caution on the 5-pack. Caution on the 5-pack. Clear. All right, time expired. Do not stop till the computer calls you done.
Robert Crosby done. Rudy Rosales done. Lenny Gurzenda done. Larry Alexander done. Matthew Monge done. Rene Lopez done. Jose Troncoso done. Ronnie Vasquez done. All drivers are finished.
And that's the race. Rudy Rosales, the big dog, going to set a TQ run with a 14.519. He had the hot lap at a 21.7. Bobby, Ronnie, Renee, and Lenny, your top 5.
The race is completed.
All right, guys, I need my marshals ASAP.
Garrett
ASAP. Go ahead, roll them out, guys. Roll them out.
Russ Ida. Jacob Lacroix. Sergio Torres.
All right, guys, we got
Tyrone
tacos
Robinson.
and tortas out front.
Brian Wyrick.
Is it good?
Robert Milan.
Ted, we got Ted Finn
Andrew
over there
Garcia.
saying that they're the bomb.
Joseph
So
Tarajan.
tacos, you guys want some tacos? All right, no more laps. Everybody's checked in. No more laps. No more laps. Where's my marshals? I need all my marshals. Missing a couple marshals here. No more laps, guys. No more laps. Straightaways closed. No more laps. My marshals. All right, Rudy, you up on the hill? All right. Bobby's out here, yes. Ronnie, nobody. Okay, Renee. Where you at, Renee? I know, we're missing one right here. Renee, where you at, Renee? Back there, see you, okay. Lenny's out here. Mad Matt's not, he's in the back. Larry Alexander is back there. Jose, Mango, where you at? There, right there. I just saw you. Holy moly. All right, here we go. Garrett. Time to beat is a 14.519. Garrett on the tone. Brian. Sergio. Joseph. Russ. Jacob. Mouth. Big Ty. Andrew. All right, here we go. Heat 3 of Sportsman Stock Buggy. Time to beat. The big dog, Rudy Rosales, with a 14.519. Whee! Holy moly. A 21.9 from Garrett Dykes on lap 1. I think Rudy did a 21.7. That's going to put Garrett on a TQ pace, 14.507. Brian on a 14.521. So we will see. Oh, Garrett with a bad lap, drops all the way down to the 5. Smoking hot lap, and then down to the 5. So right now, nobody on a TQ run with 4 minutes remaining. We got Sergio Torres on a 13.503. Brian on a 13.503. Garrett on a 13.506. Joseph on a 13.511. Mouth on a 12.512. That's top 5. Then we got Russ, Jacob, Andrew, and Big Ty. 3:30 on the clock. All right, 3 minutes remaining. Garrett Dykes back to the top spot. 13.501, chasing a 14.519. He's got 3 minutes to do it. Brian Wyrick on a 13.518. Russ Idy, Joseph, and Sergio Torres, your top 5. Mouth, Andrew, Jacob, and Big Ty. Brian Wyrick taking over the lead now at a 13.509. A bad lap from Garrett. He's going to drop to the 2 spot. Sergio Torres holding steadfast in the 3. He's got 1 second on Russ. Russ has 1.5 on Joseph. So if you guys get hungry, go get some tacos out front. I think she has chicken and carne asada. So Brian out front, 13.506 with 2 minutes remaining. Garrett on the 13.514. The lead is 4 seconds. Straightaway, guys, straightaways. Go high, high, high. Clear. All right, 1:45 on the clock. Race number 3. Ian Crawford needs to check in for race 4. They're hanging. All right, we got 1:15 remaining. Brian Wyrick, your race leader. 4.7 on Garrett Dykes. And Joseph up to the 3. Russ in the 4. Sergio, your top 5. Andrew, Big Ty, Mouth, and Jacob. So no real close battles with 1 minute remaining. Everybody's spread out pretty good. 45 seconds on the clock. So with 30 seconds remaining, looks like the big dog, Rudy Rosales, is going to steal the round 2 TQ for Sportsman Stock Buggy. Brian right now on a run that'll put him 2nd overall for the round. Garrett on a run that'll put him 4th overall. And Joseph on a run that'll put him 7th overall. Time expired. Do not stop till the computer calls you done.
Brian Wyrick done. Sergio Torres done. Russ Ida done. Garrett Dykes done.
Right here, triple, guys, triple.
Joseph Tarajan done. Robert Milan done.
That's a race, guys. That's a race. Brian Wyrick going to take the win. Garrett, Joseph, Russ Idy, and Sergio. Your top 5.
The race is completed.
So Rudy Rosales is going to take round 2 TQ for Sportsman Stock. All right, guys, go ahead. Take them back to your pits. Please come out and marshal right away, please.
Lil Schultz.
Put them back in your pits. Take them, come back out and marshal
Doug
right
Lariviere.
away. Brian Wyrick, Garrett Dykes, Joseph, Russ Idy,
Stephen Godwin. Sammy the Killer.
Andrew Garcia,
Tito
Mouth,
Gonzalez.
Jacob.
Ian Crawford.
Please come out and marshal. Let's go, guys. They need my marshals out. Marshals out. All right, guys. No more laps. Straightaway is closed. Everybody's checked in. No more laps. Straightaway is closed. Line them up. All right. It's going to be Sammy the Killer on the tone. Everybody else wait for your name. Doug. Ian, Jonathan, Luke, Tito, and Steven. All right, one down, 4 to go. We got Ian Crawford out front. Doug into 2, Sammy into 3. They're within 1.5 seconds of each other, all three. Jonathan Schultz is 1.1 behind Sammy. Tito is 4.8 behind Jonathan. Steven and Luke, 3:40 on the clock. So Doug moves into the... So Doug out front, 15.5-14. Ian on a 15.5-17. The lead is 0.9 of a second. Jonathan Schultz, 0.5 behind Ian. Sammy is half a second behind Jonathan. Steven is 7 seconds back. That's your top 5. Luke and Tito. We have 2:45 on the clock. So Doug and Ian now 0.2 separates the two. So Doug, red and white, coming around the backside sweeper. That's Sammy right in front of him. Sammy sitting third, 1.5 seconds back. And then we have Ian Crawford. Ian, by way of OCRC, through the start-finish line. 0.9. So Doug holding on, extending his lead by a few tenths. Now he comes down the straightaway. Center straightaway. That's Sammy right in front of him. Sammy's 0.8 behind Ian. So Sammy about 2.1 behind Doug, and he lets him go. We have 1:40 remaining. Race number 4. Race 5 should be ready to go. This is the Expert Stock Buggy. Heat 1. Doug out front. 15.5-16. He's got 2.3 on Ian now. Ian's got 0.5 on Sammy. Sammy has 0.9 on Jonathan. And we have Steven, Tito, and Luke. 1:15 on the clock. Hot lap is a 20.6 by Ian. Oh, Ian with a bad lap. He drops all the way down to the 4. So Sammy into the 2 now. Sammy 2.8 behind Doug. Jonathan Schultz 1.5 behind Sammy. Ian, Steven, Tito, and Luke. 50 seconds on the clock. All right, Matt Olson, you going to make the next race? Again? Oh, you're not racing 2-wheel? All right. And Dylan, you need to check in. Dylan needs to check in for race number 5. We got 15 seconds on the clock. We got Doug, Jonathan up to the 2 now. Sammy in the 3. The lead is 0.7 of a second for Jonathan over Sammy for the 2 spot. Ian, Tito, Steven, and Luke. But Doug, 3.1 second lead with time expired. Oh, Doug with the mistake. See what that's going to do to him.
Sammy the Killer done.
Keep going, Doug. You got one more.
Lil Schultz done. Ian Crawford done. Tito Gonzalez done. Stephen Godwin done. Doug Lariviere done. Luke Eunice done. All drivers are finished.
All right, that's a race. Doug, 15-5-20, going to set the TQ. Jonathan Schultz, Sammy, Ian, and Tito, your top 5. That's the race. Bring them in, shut them down. Please come out to turn marshal ASAP.
Completed.
Race number 5. You guys are on the track. Roll them out. Hey, Crystal, want to put some sheets up? Go ahead, guys. Roll them out. Roll them out.
Jacob Mitchell. Chris Nelson. Emma Ramirez. Alex Angeles. Mike Kaz. Dylan Cartier. Bryce Butterfield.
All right, no more laps, no more laps. Line them up, line them up. Everybody's checked in. All right, need my marshals. Is there one in the back, one by the pole? Am I missing a marshal in the back? Okay. All right, guys, here we go. Bryce Butterfield on the tone.
Dylan. Jacob. Alex. Emma. Chris. And Mike. Caution on the straight, caution on the straight.
All right, one down, 4 to go. We got Jacob Mitchell out front, smoking a fast lap on lap 1, 20.2. He's on a TQ run, 15.5.14. Doug did a 15.5.20. So Jacob, 6 seconds faster already. Bryce Butterfield on a 14.5 flat. Dylan, Emma, and Chris Nelson with Alex and Mike Kaz rounding out to 7. So Jacob with a bad lap, 22.4. Not too bad. Little bobble. Drops to a 14.5 flat. Bryce on a 14.5 flat. Dylan 14.504. Emma on a 14.520. Chris Nelson 13.5 flat. .215 down, 2:45 to go. We got Bryce Butterfield out front now on a 14.501. Jacob on a 14.519. Jacob with a couple of bad laps in a row. He drops 7 seconds back in the 2 spot. We got Dylan Cartier in the 3. He is 2.7 behind Jacob. Chris Nelson 1.3 behind Dylan. Emma, 4.5 behind Chris. Alex and Mike Kaz, 2:20 on the clock. So Bryce on the brink of a 15-lap run. The TQ's a 15.520. There's 2:15 remaining. So Bryce in that Serpent. The white and yellow right here coming up onto the bowl. So factory driver for Serpent. Bryce Butterfield down the center straightaway. 14.501. TQ's a 15.520. Hot lap, Jacob Mitchell with the 20.2. So Jacob showing some of that R1 power. Jacob also part of the TLR factory team. Chris Nelson running team associated this weekend. Moving up to the 3. Dylan moving up to the 3 now. Chris down to the 4. Alex in the 5. Emma and Mike Kaz. Bryce leading out. 14.5 flat. 1:10 on the clock. All right, we need Carlos Cortez check in for Mod Buggy. Carlos Cortez check in for race number 6. So Bryce on a 14.5 flat. Bryce coming through the line. The 21.4, 14.5 flat still. Hot lap is a 20.2 by Jacob Mitchell. Dylan in the 3, Chris in the 4, Alex in the 5, Emma and Mike. Alex moving up to the 4 now. Chris down to the 5. We have 15 seconds on the clock.
Bryce Butterfield done. Emma Ramirez done. Alex Angeles done. Chris Nelson done. Dylan Cartier done. Jacob Mitchell done. Mike Kaz done. All drivers are finished.
And that's the race. Bryce Butterfield going to take the win. Jacob, Dylan, Alex, and Chris Nelson, your top 5. That's the race. Doug's going to take the TQ for round 2.
The race is completed. Jeff Guest. Carlos Ardando. The real Dave Ivada.
Emma, there's a car down on the 5-pack.
Austin Cracknell. Mason Templeman. Ron Devil. Lee Setzer. Frankie Contreras Jr. Matthew Gonzalez.
All right, I got no checking from Carlos Cortez, no checking from Carlos. All right. That's it, guys. No more laps. Line them up. Straightaway's closed. Straightaway is closed. Five-pack, guys. There's one in the 5-pack. All right, your running order, the way you finished from last race.
TNR Fuels, baby. Make sure you guys get TNRfuels.com.
Carlos, Mason, Jeff, Frankie, and Lee. All right, here we go. Davey on the tone.
The fast guys.
Maddie. Austin. Ron. Carlos. Mason. Jeff. Frankie. And Lee.
Ron Duvall, I think he got caught up with traffic. He was going to be your leader. He's still going to be Davey Bata.
All right, one down, 4 to go. We got Lee and Davey both
Lee
on
Setzer.
a 15-5 flat. Frankie in the 3. Carlos, Ron, your top 5. Jeff up to the 5. Everybody moving around still. Davey, your leader now. Lee in the 2.
On with Lee Setzer.
But they're identical, 16, 5, 19s. Davey and Lee. Ron, Matthew, and Jeff, your top 5. Arredondo, Cracknell, Templeton, Contreras, and Cortez. 3:30 on the clock. Hot lap is a 19.5 by Ronnie D. He's sitting in the 3 spot. So we got Davey with half a second on Lee. Lee's got 1.5 on Ron. Ron's got 1.7 on Maddie. Maddie's got 0.8 on Carlos. So real close. Lee taking over the lead now by 0.06 of a second over Davey. Davey's got 1 on Ron. Ron's got 1.8 on Matthew. Matthew's got 0.9 on Carlos. And Davey back out front now. He's got half a second on Lee. So 2 down, 3 to go. All right, so Davey out front. He's got half a second on Ronnie D. Lee down to the 3. Carlos and Matty G. We have Austin, Jeff, Frankie, Mason. 2:15 on the clock. So Ronnie D coming through the line. The lead is 0.6. So Davey, Ron, Lee, Matty G, and Carlos. Then we have Austin, Jeff, Frankie, and Mason. 2 minutes on the clock. Hot lap is a 19.5 by Ronnie D. Davey's got a 19.6. Lee's got a 19.7. Matty G with a 19.8. Oh, Davey with a bad lap. He's going to drop to the 3. Lee's sets are going to take over the lead. Ronnie D in the 2. Davey in the 3. But it's less than 1/10 between all 3. So Ronnie leading now. Davey in the 2. Lee in the 3.
On
Matty
with
is 2.1 back. Davey takes over the lead. Ronnie down to the 2.
On with Ron Duvall.
Ronnie back out front. So the battle is there. Lee is 1.2 behind Davey. Matthew, Carlos, Austin, Jeff, Mason, and Frankie. We got 1:15 on the clock. Oh, Davey rolling it over in the backside. He had just taken over the lead. Ronnie down to the 2, so Davey's going to drop down at least, I think, maybe to the 3. 50 seconds on the clock. Oh, Davey all the way down to the 4 with that one. That was a big, long lap, 24.8. So we got Lee, Ron, Matty G, and Davey with Carlos top 5. Austin, Jeff, Mason, Frankie, and Carlos. In the center, guys, in the center. So Ronnie D out front now. He's got half a second on Lee. Lee's got 3.2 on Matty. Matty's got 1.4 on Davey.
Carlos is 3.7 back. Under 10, guys, under 10. Davey up to the 3 now. He's 1/10 behind Matthew Gonzalez. So time expired. Do not stop till the computer calls you done.
Ron Devil done. Matthew Gonzalez done. The Real Dave Ibarra done. Austin Cracknell done. Frankie Contreras Jr. done. Carlos Ardando done. Jeff Guest done. Mason Templeman done. Lee Setzer done.
And that's
All
a race,
drivers
guys.
are finished.
That's a race. So Ronnie D going to set the TQ for round 2. Modified buggy, Matthew Gonzalez, Davey Bada, Carlos, and Lee Setzer. Top 5. That's a race.
The race is completed. Garrett Dykus, Alex Lutkus, Brian Lacroix, Sergio Torres, Crystal Romero, Jacob Heatherly, Robert Crusby, Ronnie Vasquez, Brian Wyrick,
So race 7, Sportsman 4-wheel drive. All right, guys. Straightaways closed, no more laps. All right, no more laps, guys, no more laps. All right, guys, here we go. Bobby on the tone. Everybody else wait for your name.
Garrett. Jacob. Brian. Ronnie. Crystal. Alex. Brian. And Sergio.
All right, 1 down, 4 to go. Garrett Dyke is your race leader, 14.508. He's got the hot lap, 21.5. Bobby, Jacob, Brian comes around with the 22 flat, moves up to the 2. Bobby down to the 3. Jacob and Sergio round out the 5. Crystal, Brian, Ronnie, and Alex.
All right, this is our 11th annual Midsummer Shootout.
Title sponsor, JConcepts. Our sponsors, Team Associated, R1 Works, RC Speed Secrets, ProStar, RC, Mod, and Exact RC. So 2:30 down, 2:30 to go for race 7. Garrett Dykes, our race leader, 14.504. Brian on a 14.522. Jacob Heatherly, Sergio Torres, and Bobby Crosby, your top 5. Brian, Ronnie, Crystal, and Alex round out the 9. 2:15 remaining. All right, Jeff G. Need to check in for your race, Jeff G. All right, 1:20 on the clock. Garrett Dykes, hot lap, 21 flat, 14.508. Brian, Jacob, Sergio, and Brian. Only battle on the tracks, Jacob and Brian for the 2 spot. Half a second separates them. And we have Ronnie, Alex, and Crystal. Bobby is out. 1 minute remaining.
.30 seconds remaining. Garrett has almost a 14-second lead. He comes through the line with a 20.9. That is a new hot lap. And we have Brian half a second ahead of Jacob. Then Sergio and Brian, your top 5. Ronnie, Crystal, and Alex round out to 8, 15 seconds.
Jacob Heatherly done. Garrett Dykes done. Crystal Romero done. Brian Wyrick done. Sergio Torres done. Brian Lacroix done. Alex Lutkus done.
And that's the race. So Garrett Dyke is going to set it at a 14.508. Brian, Jacob, Sergio, and Brian, your top 5.
The race is completed.
All right, race 8. Sportsman, 13.5 full drive buggy. Roll them out.
Jonathan Ko. Larry Alexander. Edgar Pasilis. Jose Troncoso. Hai Tarajan. Reno Hill. Ted Fent. Tyrone Robinson. Scott Manganello.
All right, guys. All right, line them up. Line them up. Straightaway's closed. Let's get them lined up.
Big Buckarama. I have no clue on that. Go to liverc.com. All the information is there if you want to see where those people finished.
All right, guys, here we go. It's going to be Jonathan Coe on the tone. Time to beat is a 14.508 by Garrett Dykes. Larry. Mango. Jose Troncoso. Ted. Big Tie. Edgar. High. And Reno. So we got one down, 4 to go. Jonathan Coe out front, 14.521. Chasing a 14.508. He's the only driver on a 14-lap run. Then we got Larry, High, Big Tie, and Edgar, your top 5. Mango, Jose, Ted, and Reno. Jonathan, you have a long lap, like 52 seconds. All right. Two down, 3 to go. We got High, Al front. He is our race leader, 13.504. Larry, Mango, Big Tie, and Jose, your top 5. Reno, Edgar, Jonathan, and Ted. Time to beat is a 14.508. High's on a run that's going to put him second overall at a 13.5 flat. He's on the verge of a 14-lap run. All right, Ian Crawford and Tito need to check in for race number 9. All right, we got 1:20 on the clock. We got High Al front on a 14.516. 14.514 now with 1:15 remaining, so he's just chipping away. He's trying to get to a 14.508. Larry, Mango, Big Tie, and Jose. Jonathan is out. Reno, Edgar, and Ted. We got 1 minute on the clock. High now on a 14.512. 30 seconds remaining. He's got the hot lap. 21 flat. Larry, Mango, Jose, and Big Ty. Reno, Ted, and Edgar. 20 seconds on the clock. Ten seconds now on a 5:11. I don't know if he's going to be able to get that 5:08. Now on a 5:10.
Scott Manganello done.
So high on
Ted
a 5:10,
done.
knocking a second off.
Jose
The green buggy,
Troncoso
white
done.
wheels, high going over the 5-pack.
Larry
He
Alexander
goes double,
done.
single, double down the straightaway.
Pi Tarajan done. Reno Hill done. Edgar Pasilis done.
Waiting on one, guys. Waiting on Ty. Waiting on one, the blue one. Just waiting on Ty.
Tyrone Robinson done.
And that's a race.
All drivers are finished.
So high, valiant effort, 14.510. Going to take the win. Larry, Mango, Jose, and Big Ty, your top 5. So it looks like Garrett Dykes going to take the overall TQ for round number 2 in four-wheel drive buggy sportsman.
The race is completed. Sammy the Killer. Doug LaRiviere. Bryce Butterfield. Rudy Rico. Tito Gonzalez. Ian Crawford. Emma Ramirez.
All right, guys. All right. Straightaway is closed to give you guys a little bit more run time, a little bit more Mr. action. Go ahead and line them up, line them up. All right, guys, time to beat. Or this is expert heat 1. It's going to be Doug on the tone. Everybody else wait for your name. Rudy. Bryce. Sammy. Emma. Tito. And Ian. 1:30 down, 3:30 to go. Doug out front, 15.503. Sammy on a 15.510. The lead is 2 seconds. Bryce on a 15.513. Ian 15.518. Rudy, Tito, and Emma. 3 minutes on the clock. All right, 3 down, 2 to go. Doug, 15.503. He's got 3.5 on Sammy the Killer. Doug's got the hat lap with the 19.8. Sammy has 5 on Ian. Ian's got 3/10 on Bryce. Bryce has 3 on Rudy. Rudy's got half a second on Tito. And Emma round out the 7, 1:45 on the clock. This is race number 9. Race 10 and 11 coming up. And then we're going to do a water break. I'm going to lay a little heavier water now that it's starting to get a little bit drier in the middle of the day. I said, I've been looking at that third jump in the 5-pack. It's getting chewed up. I may repair that as well. Maybe repair the big step up at the bottom as well. And the triple. I may do that in between rounds after the resort. Okay, 1 minute remaining. Doug, your race leader, he's got 4 seconds on Sammy. And that just went up to 7 seconds. Sammy with a bad lap. Bryce, Butterfield, Rudy, Tito, Ian, and Emma. .30 seconds on the clock. Doug primed to set the TQ he's at a 15.505. Sammy on a 15.514. Bryce, Rudy, Tito, Ian, and Emma. All right, time expired. Do not stop till you're called done.
Doug Lariviere done. Bryce Butterfield done. Rudy Rico done. Tito Gonzalez done. Ian Crawford done. Sammy the Killer done. Emma Ramirez done. All drivers are finished.
And that's the race. Doug is going to set the time at a 15.505. He had the hot lap 19.8. Sammy, Bryce, Tito, Rudy, your top 5. That's the race.
The race is completed. Luke Eunice, Lewis Chamberlain, Jacob Mitchell, Stephen Godwin, Chris Nelson, Alex Angeles,
All right, just waiting for a check-in from Matthew Olson.
Matthew Olson,
All right, guys, that's it. Straightaway's closed. Go ahead and line them up. All right, guys, here we go. It's going to be Jacob Mitchell on the tone. Time to beat is a 15.505 by Doug. So Jacob on the tone.
Steven, Luke, Matthew, Lewis, Alex, and Chris.
All right, we got 130 down, 330 to go. Jacob, Alex, Luke, Lewis, and Matthew, top five. Steve and Chris Nelson. So Jacob on a 15.510, chasing a 15.505. He's on a 15.512 now. 3 minutes remaining. All right, we got 1:30 remaining. Jacob on a 15-5-13. Steve, Matthew, Luke, and Alex, your top 5. Lewis and Chris Nelson round out to 7. .40 seconds left. 40, Jacob. 15-5-14. And Jacob on a run now to put him second overall, right behind Doug. Matt Olson up to the 2 now. But Jacob's got 11 seconds on that. And we got Steve, Luke, Chris Nelson to the 5. Lewis in the 6. 15 seconds on the clock. And time expired. Do not stop till the computer calls you done.
Stephen Godwin done. Lewis Chamberlain done. Matthew Olson done. Jacob Mitchell done. Luke Kunis done.
That's a race.
All drivers are finished.
Jacob's going to take the win. Matt, Steve, Luke, and Lewis round out the 5.
The race is completed. Austin Cracknell, Matthew Gonzalez, Mason Templeman, Lee Setzer, Frankie Contreras Jr., Jeff Guest, Ron Devil, Carlos Ardando, The Real David Bada.
Hey, where's my marshals from last race, guys? Marshals from last race. All right, need my marshals, guys. Marshals are 7. Hey, Lewis, I'm going to put you at the pole, please. Hey, guys, do one practice lap. See if it's slimy or not. I put a little extra water down. That looks okay. Pretty good? All right, guys, it's going to be Lee on the tone. Everybody else, please wait for your name. Maddie. Ron. Davey. Frankie. Carlos. Austin. Mason. Carlos. And Jeff. All right, 1 down, 4 to go. We got Ronnie D out front. 16.503. He's got the hot lap with an 18.8. Frankie into 2, Lee into 3. Matthew and Austin, your top 5. Carlos now up into the top 5. Frankie down to the 8. We got Davey, Jeff, Frankie, Mason. 3:30 on the clock. Oh, that is... So Ron Duvall, 16.502, 2:50 on the clock. Matthew Gonzalez on a 16.508. He is 2.1 back. Carlos, Austin, and Davey, your top 5 now. Frankie, Mason, and Jeff Guest. We got 2 minutes remaining. Matty G out front now on a 16.509. Ronnie D 16.510. The lead is half a second. Carlos 1.7 back. Then we got Austin and Frankie, your top 5. Davey, Mason, and Jeff. So Matty G coming around into the bowl. Here's your race leader. Ronnie D down the straightaway through the start-finish line. So the lead is 7 100s for Matthew over Ron. We've got Carlos, Austin, Frankie, Davey, Mason, and Jeff. 1:10 on the clock.
All right, 35 seconds on the clock. Matthew Gonzalez, 2/100ths of a second over Ron Duvall. Carlos is 6 seconds back. Frankie and Davey now to the top 5. Austin, Mason, and Jeff. 20 seconds on the clock.
Matthew Gonzalez done. Carlos Ardando done. Ron Devil done. The Real Dave Abada done. Frankie Contreras Jr. done. Austin Cracknell done. Mason Templeman done. Jeff Guest done. All drivers are finished.
All right, that's a race. Ronnie D going to take the TQ at the end, edging out Matty G by 0.2 of a second. Carlos going to finish third. Frankie and Austin, your top 5.
The race is completed.
All right, we are going to do a little track maintenance, guys. A little bit of track maintenance. We are going to blow it down and water as well. And we're going to do a resort.
Make sure this is on. Check, check. Yeah. We're here with Ron Duvall, many call Ronnie D. Awesome job out there, buddy. I think you got both TQs this round, kind of finding some speed there. I saw you had some crashes there at the end of four-wheel drive, but everybody was having a little bit of rough luck in that one.
Yeah, I mean, the track conditions are definitely pretty difficult. It's tough. The track, starts off with a real high grip, and you can really push the car, and then later in the run it starts kind of polishing over, and so you have to kind of back it down. So getting used to that was the big thing I did for round 2 and worked out for me. But, yeah, I had a couple mistakes, but kind of kept my head down, just tried to hit my lines, and, luckily got it barely at the end.
Most definitely. I see you have a blue body out there. Is that something new from Raw Speed?
Yeah, so that's our new Nighthawk V2 body that we just came out with for the B74. It was really popular on the B64, I was a big fan of it. So I have yet to get one painted up, but yeah, so we're rocking the blue body this weekend.
Awesome job, buddy. Good luck out there.
Thanks, man.
We don't want you to fall, break a wrist. Awesome job out there, Doug. Going quick with Team Associated rigs, and man, you're just able to attack this track. I'm racing four-wheel drive. I'm looking at your car, and you're just able to really attack this this track. We're running slicks out here. Obviously, everything's going good, but yeah, any changes that you made for this particular track?
Currently, I haven't really made much. The only thing I've done too is go to a longer chassis. Four-wheel, I took a little bit of kick up out of the front and just sort of like focused on driving and getting tires right. That's sort of what I've learned here is also just not over-driving the car. Driving it in the limits is huge here. If you can't, I'm watching a lot of these other cars and they're faster, but they just crash every other lap. So it's just gotta stay in it.
Consistency is key.
Always.
Awesome, man. So did you get? So you wrapped up the TQ overall. I do believe. Are you going to run this this third one, or are you going to try something else going in the mains?
In four-wheel, I'm gonna definitely try a new set of tires. Just try to break them in for the mains. Other than that, not sticking to my go-to plan. Just keep driving.
All right, buddy. Good luck.
Thank you.
All right, guys. Going to segregate the feed. We're going to stop this one. We'll come back to you live when we're racing again. Thank you very much. We'll keep the live RC one on, though, because that one doesn't record all this, so people know when we are started. Thank you very much. We'll come back with Q3.